Okay, before we start, let me say that this is all satire and everything in this video is said for comedic purposes. Okay, cool. Now that the vegan terrorist groups won't come after me, more on that later, we can get into what this video is. Through years of research and searching through ancient manuscripts, I have finally created my magnum opus. This comprehensive video will go in depth into the truth behind veganism and expose the truth behind the lies that they don't want you to know. You may have previously believed that vegans are just annoying losers who sometimes do performative activism to satisfy their attention cravings, but no, it goes deeper than that. Far deeper. What I have uncovered are the 5 levels of veganism, identified key players in the global vegan conspiracy, as well as ancient cosmic vegan forces that are behind many of the evils that we face in our day-to-day lives. But before we can get into those grand conspiracies and ancient forces, we need to get into what veganism is, and that can be perfectly described by level 1 vegans. A level 1 vegan is a standard vegan who doesn't eat animal meat or animal products such as eggs or dairy. These level of vegans are the standard boring vegans who account for around 95% of vegans. They do it to get healthier or because of their love for animals or some other made up reason. Usually these are the types of vegans who will repost a video on their social medias from PETA, which usually goes like this. Did you know your meat on your plate comes from killing animals? Yeah, no, I completely forgot that meat comes from animals. Thank you for reminding me. Did you know that food is made out of meat that comes from... Most of the vegans in this level are normal people like the rest of us and usually aren't involved in any of the more nefarious activities / behaviors that you're likely to see in higher level vegans. Especially level 3 vegans. Those guys are dangerous. Most people who try veganism get to level 1 and don't really progress, but those who are committed can eventually work up their ranks and begin their journey towards level 2 veganism. Level 2 vegans are the type of vegans that are usually protesting something or being annoying. Their hearts are in the right place, but their brains usually aren't. These are the type of vegans who will stand outside a KFC and harass you with pictures of baby chickens saying that meat is murder, etc. Personally, I believe that if chickens didn't want to be eaten, then why would they be made out of food? Riddle me that, vegans. Anyway, these guys will trespass into slaughterhouses and attach themselves to the hooks. They'll step out in front of trucks carrying animals and a bunch of other dangerous behaviours that are likely to annoy everyone involved. Now unfortunately for the vegans, these types of tactics really don't help them or bring anyone to their side. Because of this failure, this brings them to more extreme points of view as well as more extreme behaviours. And it's this progression into these extreme behaviours that separates a level 2 vegan from a level 3 vegan. There are 2 types of level 3 vegans and both are more extreme than level 2s in a literal sense and an ideological sense. Alpha level 3 vegans are extreme in that they have formed terrorist groups in order to further their vegan aims. Groups like Al Vegana and The Vegan have used political violence to strong-arm politicians and lawmakers into passing bills that legalize and promote vegan lifestyles. Some speculate that alternative food companies are financing these groups in order to increase profits and coordinate attacks against farmers and the meat industry. Why do you think you see all these news stories about meat factories going ablaze or explosions on farms? With all these terrorist attacks, you might be thinking that, well, if they're this brazen in their attacks, surely they would have been apprehended by now. Well, it's because of the second type of level 3 vegans, and that is the Sigma level 3 vegans. These vegans have infiltrated all high levels of government and operate in a vast web deeply rooted within major government organizations and institutions. They operate in the dark with the sole aim of advancing their vegan agendas, performing coups, toppling dictators, spreading their pro-democracy, pro-vegan beliefs to whichever nation is unlucky enough to be within their crosshairs. They are the financier of wars and through veganflation reduce the spending power of the populations of countries in order to keep them just poor enough to consider going vegan for economical reasons. Yeah man, these level 3 vegans are nothing to joke about and we still have 2 more levels to go through. Level 4 vegans don't consume energy or resources from sources that could have went to animals. So they go without food or water, and because of this they have evolved the ability to be able to photosynthesize. Usually these people appear normal on the outside, but shortly after they have the ability to walk, they leave their host families for the forest to root themselves into the ground and become one with the tree host. This is why you sometimes see human-like faces/appendages on trees. Those are just the remains of level 4 vegans who have successfully gone through with the vegan symbiosis process. They say that if you walk past the resting place of a level 4 vegan with a stomach that contains animal meat, they say that they make you lose your sense of direction, eventually getting lost and dying in the forest so that the vegan can reclaim some of the resources that you took from the animals. This actually explains why so many people go missing every year. I propose that level 4 vegans are responsible for the majority of missing persons cases, and my evidence for that theory is that the majority of people that go missing in areas that are close to dense forests. And the lack of bodies in missing persons cases can be explained by the fact that those symbiosis trees are able to break down waste at a more advanced rate than the regular decomposition process. Clothes, shoes, plastics, even bones can be broken down by the symbiosis trees, and this is another reason why there is a large overlap between those who practice veganism and those who are extreme environmentalists. Those trees that you're cutting down are actually living vegans, and the reason why they chain themselves to the trees is because they gain power from proximity to higher level vegans. Level 4 vegans are extremely powerful, but they are nothing compared to level 5 vegans. Level 5 vegans don't consume anything that is observable in the universe. They only subsist on theoretical energy. This energy is dark energy that we cannot observe, and because of this diet, they have the ability to naturally live for millions of years. They, however, choose to only live short lifespans because they choose to sacrifice themselves to attempt to spread veganism. There have only been a handful of these types of vegans throughout history, and the only level 5 vegan that I know of was responsible for almost destroying humanity in the Y2K disaster that should have destroyed all tech worldwide. In 1999, there were fears that online systems would shut down due to the changing of the computer system clocks from ending in a 99 to a 00. And had it gone the way the vegans wanted, we would probably be back in the Stone Age. But because vegans lack the protein and B12 vitamins necessary for healthy muscles, the advanced muscular dystrophy in the level 5 vegan stopped them from carrying out their dastardly plan. In fact, because of the high levels of muscular breakdown, the level 5 vegan could do nothing other than say, "I'm vegan," which we have reports that many people actually heard around the globe during the Y2K phenomenon. It was due to this muscular weakness the year 2000 rolled on without a hitch. This hasn't been the only time in history where these galactic terrorists have tried to shape the history of the universe through their unholy commitments to attention-seeking behavior as well as their narcissistic personalities. Some speculate that the first Ice Age was an attempt from the very first level 5 vegan to try and wipe out humanity in order for animals to live without the fear of being eaten, only for them to be eaten by other predators. You might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of power. Surely at least one of them tried to use it for good. Well, there was this one time where one of them sacrificed themselves to stop Ecuadorian drilling companies from drilling for oil in the Amazon rainforest in the 60s. This then led to contracts being sold to a little-known American company called Texaco, and the rest is history. Now that was the 5 levels of veganism exposed, but some people believe there is a mythical level 6 vegan, but I've only heard of them in rumours. They say that level 6 vegans reverse the entropic forces that led to their procreation and unbirthed themselves so that any energy that would have went towards their development would go to animals instead. Now obviously if there were level 6 vegans, we wouldn't know about it because they unbirthed themselves. We can only observe the effects on their unbirthing, kind of like how we observe background radiation in the universe. Their commitment to veganism is so great that they unbirth themselves before they even know what veganism is. Now that is true vegan maxing. Scientists believe that the genetic code in their DNA does not have the base pairs of ACTGU, they have VEGAN. And it's with these special base pairs they have the ability to reverse the fertilization process to revert themselves back into separate sperm and egg cells. And through the powers of veganism, return back to the ball sack to be recycled into proteins to be used. Some people subscribe to the theory that blue balls are caused by level 6 vegans, and honestly, I can kinda get behind it. The mechanism of this is not entirely understood, but some quantum theorists believe that it has something to do with string theory and the ability of level 6 vegans to manipulate these strings, which are of course 100% hemp, animal-free strings, naturally. They have such a vindictive love for animals that they can cause you pain from beyond the physical realm through pure devotion to veganism. They're rumoured to live between the physical world and Hyperborea, living in a vegan Borea state where nothing is consumed. And it's in this vegan warrior state that they influence the real world subtly due to their incessant need for attention that allows them, even beyond the grave, to bust your balls. Quite literally. Yeah, now you know the secrets of veganism. You probably have to watch your back wherever you go now, but now you know the truth. Knowledge like this is suppressed heavily, and those in charge rarely are friendly to the idea of their power being put on a spotlight. So take this knowledge with sufficient precaution, and for those of you who will attempt to reach level 5 vegan status through vegan maxing, may God have mercy on your soul. Okay, vegan levels aside, did you know that in the modern day, vegans, due to their animal-free diet, have no natural way to get vitamin B12? The only way that they can do it without the aid of supplements or foods artificially fortified with vitamins like Cheerios is by eating shit. I'm not even kidding, by the way. Ancient vegans, if that even was a thing, would eat shit to gain the vitamins from the manure of animals, or eat soil in order to gain their necessary vitamins. B12 deficiencies can cause weak muscles and irritability, as well as a bunch of other blood-related conditions. So really, there's nothing natural about veganism. It's a modern lifestyle choice that only through the advancements of science and technology, largely at the expense of animals and other humans, do we have the ability to create the supplements necessary to live a vegan lifestyle. Well, that's all we have for today's video. Like and subscribe, or I'll get some level 6 vegans to give you testicular torsion. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.